Today we're going to be going over the top 10 quarterback to use right now in Madden 24. I was going to do a top 5, but I decided I might as well do a top 10 just to have more names on the list. Now, what comes down to making the top 10 list, in my opinion, is what abilities do you get as a quarterback? You know, what attributes does he have? What thresholds does he have? Does he have a good release? You know, is he fast? And that's pretty much the basics of it. Now, obviously, some of these guys don't really get a good ability, so maybe they have attributes that make them really good, or they reach certain thresholds that, you know, unlock certain things for them. Am I going to say all these guys on the list are usable? I'll say yes. Obviously, you know, I wouldn't say there's legit 10 quarterbacks that it's really hard to pick from who to choose. Maybe 3 or 4, but I don't know if 10, but we're doing top 10 just because, I mean, it's got to be top 10. Enough talking, let's go ahead and get right into the list. Starting off the list, we got Malik Willis. Now, obviously, this card doesn't really get any crazy abilities. I mean, he gets gift wrapped and safety valve, which actually aren't that bad abilities to put in your quarterback. He's on here because of his attributes, and he actually has a solid release. He got traditional 5, which I've heard is pretty solid this year. Stat-wise, Malik Willis is actually pretty good. I mean, you see he's got 86 speed, so you're going to be able to make something shake with him on the run. You're going to be able to get out of trouble. He's got 85 throw power, which obviously might not seem as much now with, you know, Warren Moon, Michael Vick, and Kyler Murray coming out, but 85 throw power is still very good. And accuracy-wise, he's got an 84 deep, which is very good. He's got an 80, and obviously that 70 medium accuracy isn't the greatest thing to see, but the most important out of these 3 accuracies is your short accuracy and your deep accuracy. And his throwing to pressure is a 76, which could be a little bit better, but this guy brings athleticism, and he doesn't have the worst accuracies, and he's got a really solid release, so he was able to make it in at number 10. Number 9, we got Bryce Young. So I had a love and hate relationship with Bryce Young. I would say we all did. For a free card that you can literally get in the field pass, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. And he does come with quick draw. He also gets safety valve and gift wrap. I'm pointing out the important abilities that actually, you know, or I would say usable. So at least he does get something in quick draw. Obviously, it sucks. He's 5'10". With smaller quarterbacks at times, balls can get batted down at the line. Sometimes they even throw the ball at the lineman's head. Like I said, for an absolutely free card, it's not too bad. He's got 83 speed, 85 throw power. He's got 86 short accuracy, so he meets the threshold. 85 is the threshold, basically not to miss wide open throws for the quarterback. But he's also got 83 medium and 82 deep. He's not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, for a free quarterback, I would put him over Malik Willis just because that Malik Willis probably is going to miss throws for sure, because Bryce Young does. Bryce is on here because, you know, he's free, he's very easy to obtain, and he's a guy that can definitely go out there and win you some games. Number 8, I'm going to put Joe Burrow. Now, Joe Burrow is really only usable from if you're just a guy that is a pocket guy that wants to drop back and not miss throws. That's what Joe Burrow is going to give you. Joe Burrow has the traditional 2 release, which some say is one of the best releases in the game this year. So you're getting one of the better releases in the game, and you're also getting a quarterback that is not going to miss any throws because he got 86 short accuracy, 85 medium, and 80 deep. Now, he does not actually get any ability since he is a core elite, but if you want a guy that's you're gonna be able to straight drop back with and not miss throws, this is your guy. Not really gonna get too much mobility with him though, so that's the only downside, and he does not get any abilities, but he gets a very good release and he's gonna make his throws. Number 7, we got Jameis Winston. When this card came out, it was interesting because he came out like what, 2 days after Warren Moon came out, and we were like, all right, we're definitely interested to see what ability he's gonna get because he's a field general archetype, and he didn't really get much. He got like just quick draw, protected, red zone deadeye, lofting deadeye. Like, all these abilities were just kind of meh. Like, he gets the gift wrap, you know, safety valve also. He doesn't really get any crazy abilities. But the one good thing that Jameis does have is he's got 86 short accuracy, 85 medium, and 88 deep. So he's basically, this is like a better version of Joe Burrow, but he doesn't have a better release than Joe Burrow. He has Gen 2 release. Past Maddens, it's not a very good release. It's a nasty little one. It's kind of a mid release, but he gives you a little bit more mobility than Joe Burrow, and he has a lot better accuracies. So there is that, and he also gets abilities. They might not be very good abilities, but it's more than what Joe Burrow gets. So at number 6, we got CJ Stroud. So CJ Stroud, I use CJ Stroud, and I honestly wasn't too crazy about this card, but I also didn't really give him the biggest chance in the world either. But I honestly put him on here because I want to give a shout out to Gabagol and the MCS, because this guy literally made it to the live event. I'm talking, I think he made the final four using CJ Stroud. So I gotta give him credit, and because of that, I'm gonna put him on here. He does have the traditional release, which is the Joe Burrow release, and his stats aren't too bad. He's 82 speed. He gives you somewhat of some mobility. He's only got 82 throw power, but it feels like he can make a lot of the throws. 85 short accuracy, 82 medium, and 81 deep. So he's not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, I didn't really give him a chance, to be honest. Ability wise, he gets gift wrapped, safety valve. That's really about it. He doesn't really give you much. He's a taller quarterback, also 6'3". So if you have your rookie premieres from last year and you just want to use a free budget quarterback, CJ Stroud is one of the better options. Number 5, we got Jordan Love. So this top 5 right here, I would say these are the quarterbacks you should really look at using, because these 5 guys are all legit, and you're not really, I wouldn't say there's no disadvantage to using these guys. So Jordan Love, he has the Slinger 1 release. That is the Aaron Rodgers release, the little flick. I know some of you guys really like that release. I've never been the craziest about it. I'm sorry. I just never really liked it, even though I do use Michael Vick, but that's because it's Vick, and he has Gunslinger as well. Jordan Love, stat-wise, tall quarterback, 6'4", 81 speed, gives you a little bit of that mobility. He's got an 85 throw power, which is solid. 85 short accuracy, that's a big threshold. 78 medium, and 81 deep, so he's really not that bad. Ability-wise, you're basically getting, he comes with, I want to say it's tight out, but he also gets gift wrap, safety valve, abilities like that. Definitely interesting, though, his archetype, I didn't notice this, his archetype says Scrambler. This guy is literally a field general, man. I don't know, man, that's weird. But if you like the Slinger 1 release, then this is probably definitely going to be a cheaper option compared to some other guys that get it. Well, there's only like 2 other guys that get it, but he's definitely a cheaper version. And Jordan Love, I've played against guys with him. I know a lot of people have said this card when he came out, a lot of people really liked him a lot. I've played against a couple people with him. He's pretty good. Number 4, we got the brand new Kyler Murray. Now, typically in Madden, Kyler Murray cards are usually just never very good. 1, because he's very small, and 2, because he never either gets a very good release, or his abilities are just not very good. Now, in this instant, his release is Slinger 4. I don't know too much about it, and he also doesn't really get any good abilities. He gets like quick draw. That's actually literally it, and then it's just like gift wrapped and then safety vest. So he really gets like no good abilities. So the only really good thing about this Kyler Murray card is you're getting an 88 speed quarterback, which is very good. He meets all the thresholds for the passing accuracy, so he's not going to miss wide open throws. And he's got 88 throw power, so he's got a little bit of a cannon. Now, it does suck that he doesn't have that 85 throw under pressure. That would have been a brand new threshold there for like throws under pressure, so that does kind of suck. And he's 5'10", he's a little bit smaller, but 88 speed, man, I mean, you can't pass that up. He's going to be able to sometimes, if you know things aren't open and things aren't looking too good, he can just bail you out with his legs. So that's kind of what you're getting there with Kyler. Number 3, we got RG3. This card is literally free, man. I still would have been using this card if Michael Vick never came out. I loved this card, man. With that 87 speed, I was able to get out of some tight situations. Now, I run options. My quarterback does run design runs, so that's probably also why I liked him a lot. He never really missed too many throws. You see, he's got the 85 short, 85 deep, and the 83 medium. He very rarely ever missed any throws. He also had the 88 throw under pressure, so a lot of times, even if guys were right in his face, man, he was throwing a hot one. He does have that Gen 2 release, and we talked about, I think, somebody else on this list had it. I think it might have been Jameis Winston, I think. And I can vouch, the Gen 2 release in RG3, it was finicky, like, you know, I could get it out, but then there were sometimes I was kind of feeling like, man, I wish I just, you know, I wish I could just get this ball out. But I do want to say, if you use the X Factor, I want to say it's Gambit. There's one of the X Factors that basically gives you Gunslinger. I want to say it's Gambit. And there was a couple times I unlocked that on Robert and basically a Gunslinger on him, and that ball was flying right out of his hands. So eventually, like once some of these guys are able to get Gunslinger and clean their release up, it's pretty good. But Gen 2, definitely not the best release, but it's manageable. It's manageable. Ability wise though, Robert does get Jukebox. He gets Quick Draw, Safety Valve, Gift Wrap. So he actually gets some pretty solid abilities. Like Quick Draw is not bad. I actually used Jukebox on him. He had a very good juke. For a free card, if you're not looking to spend coins on any quarterback, RG3 is 100% your guy. Number 2, we got Warren Moon. So I used Warren Moon when he came out. Pretty much used him until RG3 came out. And Warren Moon is very good. He has the Slinger 5 release. I'll say this. If Warren Moon did not have Gunslinger, I don't think I would have kept him at all. I only used him because of that Gunslinger. Like that release without Gunslinger, I do not know how I felt about it, but you see his accuracies. He meets the thresholds. He does not miss any throws while just sitting in the pocket. And even with pressure on him, that 90 throw under pressure is for real. He's able to throw with guys right in his face. But I will say this, though. His 83 speed is very clickbait because he actually has 75 excel. And I can tell you right now, he definitely does not feel like 83 speed. I'm a guy that runs options, like I said before, and this guy was not moving on him. So when RG3 came out, I'm not going to lie, I got rid of Warren Moon immediately. From a pocket quarterback standpoint, you know, guys that aren't worried about all that, yeah, this guy can make all the throws. He's very good. And he's definitely, I don't even think he's too much, to be honest. So I would definitely have to say Warren Moon is the second best quarterback in the game because of the main reason he has Gunslinger. He's able to just get that ball out his hand, which is pretty big, especially, you know, with how easy it is to heat quarterbacks up and blitz in this game and get pressure. Being able to just get that ball out your hand faster than the average quarterback is a pretty big deal. You already know number 1 was going to be Michael Vick, man. Michael Vick is the best quarterback in this game. Now, these stats look a little bit different from his normal card. I got a 50 out of 50 Eagles theme team, and I got the strat card that gives me 2+ throw power on him. So he's actually 89 speed and 90 throw power, but you know what I mean? If you got them 50 out of 50 Eagles, if you got a strat cards, he can look even better. He meets the exact thresholds in every category. All his accuracies are at least 85 threshold, not to miss throws, and he even has 90 throw under pressure. They made this card perfect. Now, he does have Slinger 1 release, which a lot of people are either jumping up and down happy, or you're me that's like, I'm just not really a Slinger 1 guy, but he gets Gunslinger though, so for me it's manageable. I can deal with it. I will say this though, if this card did not have Gunslinger, not only do I think I wouldn't use it, a lot of people would probably just use Warren Moon, but he gets Gunslinger, he gets Jukebox, he also gets Dashing Deadeye, but it's in the same slot as his Gunslinger. I can actually show you guys all of his abilities right now, since I actually have Mike Vick. These are the abilities for his tier 3 slot. You got Gunslinger, Roaming Deadeye, Dashing Deadeye, Jukebox, and Fast Break. Honestly, you got to go with Gunslinger, man. Using this card without Gunslinger, it's not for real. Tier 2 slot, you really just got Jukebox. I mean, there's also Quick Draw, but Jukebox is probably the best one there. And then the Tier 1 slot, Gift Wrap, Safety Valve, those are kind of the best abilities you can use right there. So, in my opinion, those are the top 10 quarterbacks right now in Madden 24. Now, like I said, the only legit quarterbacks I think we should be looking at, I think I said top 4, really the top 3, man. It's either Vick, Moon, or RG3. Those should probably be the 3 guys that you're using. Jordan Love is acceptable. Some of the other guys, you know, you could consider a Jameis Winston, stuff like that. But I feel like Vick, Moon, RG3 are the guys. You guys let me know who you guys are using at quarterback right now, and let me know how you guys feel about this list. Maybe somebody was left out that should have been on here. But overall, there's really only a couple good quarterbacks in this game overall right now. I feel like it's like that for a lot of positions. Running backs, we only got a few guys. Quarterback, I feel like every position we've really only got a few guys right now. I feel like we're missing. I feel like because how they're doing these promos, we're just not getting a lot of cards. Campus Heroes, they didn't do it how they normally did it. Ultimate Kickoff is nothing how they used to be, how they did it. Like, we're just getting a lot less cards right now, so I feel like there's not a lot of really good cards at each position right now. Hopefully they start, you know, just going back to how these promos should be, giving us a lot of, you know, like Campus Heroes, you know, should have been like 20-some 87s or something. Ultimate Kickoff, every team used to get a card. They're just, I feel a sense of laziness with the promos, so hopefully they can get back to how they used to be here soon. But that is pretty much going to do it for this one, man. Those are my top 10 quarterbacks. You guys let me know what you think about them. I think one thing we can all agree on, though, is Michael Vick is absolutely the #1. Even if you don't like left-handed quarterbacks, man, there's no way Michael Vick's not a #1.